Please welcome to the stage Danielle Arsenault.
As a raw food chef and educator, I believe that food is a vehicle for four things: innovation, impact, investment, and integration. And I'm going to talk to you about those four things and how one special superfood can bring those four things into your life. Last week, I was going to do a talk on cacao and chocolate, but I had this sneaking suspicion that a lot of you already know how amazing chocolate is. Not just the taste, but of course, the amazing health benefits. There's a lot of stuff online already, and the experts have shared this with the world. But waiting in the wings of the proverbial superfood stage is an up-and-coming nutrient-dense plant dubbed the miracle tree, or the tree of life. This superfood has actually been shown to eradicate malnutrition in the poorest parts of the world, and even in our own backyard. I'm talking about the Moringa tree. Who's heard of Moringa? Okay, good. Moringa comes from India, and now it grows all over the world throughout the tropics. It's been used for centuries in Ayurvedic medicine to treat over 300 ailments. That's a lot. Like, why don't we know about this? I was first introduced to Moringa in 2012 when I went to Haiti. And I went there to study a permaculture design certificate. I was going to study how to design and create a self-sustaining, highly efficient ecosystem with little human influence after it was set up, but that's not all I learned. I was going to spend 3 months there, integrating my experience with those of the local communities. And little did I know at the time, this would be one of the most influential experiences of my life. Where I stayed in Haiti was a place called Sadana Forest, and their main mission is to introduce food security, sustainable living through ecological transformation, wasteland reclamation, and education. And it was here that I first saw the Moringa tree, growing on every corner, weaving in and out of the neighborhoods. But to the locals, it was just a tree. They didn't eat it. It was here that I learned the power of Moringa and the incredible health benefits that it held. Someone told me just offhand, oh yeah, that tree, it's good for you, you can eat it. That was it. And then I was at Sadana Forest, and this place, they called the wasteland. It was actually a place in Haiti that the locals would go and dump their garbage and burn tires and use the bathroom if they felt like it. It was a place that Sadana Forest was trying to reclaim. So we were there building up the soil, planting trees for food security for these people for the future. But not only that, we weren't there to show them. We were there to be with them, to be integrated into their community, to be one with them. And that was really, really important. Here I was in this absolutely stressful place with 30 other people from all over the world, and we were all in this thick, intense, emotionally and physically difficult place. One morning after breakfast, and we would do communal duties and help each other out, and we did a lot of physical labor, lots of digging, lots of tilling the compost, planting, gardening, and they had this library, and it was all sun-bleached books and like all dusty. This place was completely dusty. We had no shelter. It was just this open place. And I found this little book on Moringa. So I started reading about it. And the first thing that I read was Moringa is an adaptogen. An adaptogen allows our body to adapt to stress. So it cuts back or gives more activity where we need it and when we need it most. I was like, yes, this is awesome. I totally need this right now. I'm stressed. So I started eating the Moringa, just picking it off the trees and walking down the road. And the more I learned about it from this little book, the more I shared it with other people. And then we all started picking it and eating it. And then we actually started putting it on our food because we were living off-grid. There was no electricity, no refrigerator. And this was for 3 months. So you can imagine, as a person who loves vegetables, there was no kale or spinach, and those are my favorite things. So I was really missing that green in my diet. And Moringa is high in chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green blood the lifeblood of every green plant. Chlorophyll is only one molecule different from human blood. That is why when we eat greens, they are so beneficial to us, because our body recognizes it. Our body's like, yeah, I know that stuff, that's good for me. And it processes it so much easier. Here I was in this just ridiculously hard place, but my passion and drive to share Moringa with the locals was huge. This was a place that roads were totally potholed. And when I first arrived in Port-au-Prince in the heat of the Haitian summer sun, I was led to the back of a flatbed truck, and that was going to take me to my destination. I went to the back of it. There was nowhere for me to sit, so I had to stand up and hang on. And there were all these other local Haitian women and men with these like gigantic bags of who knows what was inside. And this trip that took me to Sedona Forest, I saw every malnourished child, every pile of burning garbage, and every open sewer. This was a world I'd never seen before. A world where walls and roofs were not mandatory. A world where people were making less than $5 a day in 2012. To me, when I learned about this moringa and I saw that the people weren't eating it, I thought, I have to share this. How do I tell people about this in a respectful, loving, kind, open way without making them feel like they're doing anything wrong? So we held a party. A gigantic party. It actually turned into like this huge festival. We had hula hoopers and the kids came, the whole entire community. We had face painting and dancing, and people were, we had the accordion and the djembe and the guitar and the violin, and I brought my ukulele, and people were singing. It was awesome. So I was in the kitchen and I could hear the sounds of this music wafting in through the kitchen, and I was there with a bunch of local Haitian women. And we were learning from each other. But I was there to show them how they could incorporate moringa into their already tried and tested dishes. I wasn't there to show them how to do something different. I was just going to lightly encourage them and show them how they've got this awesome dish. Hey, do you know you can just add a few like little moringa petals on top and it's going to enhance the health of yourself and of your family? They were super excited, especially when they learned that moringa has more provitamin A than carrots, more vitamin C than oranges, more iron than spinach, more potassium than bananas, and more chlorophyll than wheatgrass. That was huge. I believe that we can create innovation in food systems by utilizing the ancient knowledge of raw, local, plant-based foods. And moringa was one of those foods. I believe that we can invest in local communities to improve lives. And we did. Everybody loves a good party. So here we were with the sounds of the warm, rich violin and the deep bass of the djembe. For the first time, these people came together and tried the moringa, the food that was sitting outside their homes the whole time. And they were so excited. That was worth it to me. Let's fast forward 4 years. I got to go to Nicaragua, and I was able to build a house for a family living in slum conditions. That was amazing. It was not easy either, because we were tasked with building a house from the ground up in 2 days with no power tools, hammer and nail, screwdriver. We built a house like that with 6 people in 2 days. It was super intense. I think we worked like 14 hours a day. So naturally, we would take breaks and, we'd walk around the dusty streets and play soccer with the kids. And then guess what? There it was again, the moringa. It was on the streets and it was there. And guess what? The people didn't eat it. But I sure did. I picked it and I started snacking on it. And that little bit that I was snacking on provided me a plant-based protein with the ability to allow my body to recover from hard work. Not only is moringa a complete protein, it's also a potent anti-inflammatory. It allowed my body to process the lactic acid buildup and soften the post-recovery inflammatory response after such hard work. Moringa saved me over those 2 days. I believe that we can incorporate these ancient secrets into modern-day plant-based cuisine that tastes awesome. I'm going back to Nicaragua next year. I'm going to build a house for a family in need. But this time, I'm going to have a community cooking class, and I'm going to inspire locals to incorporate moringa into their everyday tried and tested dishes so that they can improve the health of their families and the generations to come. This is a plant that needs to be shared with the world. But when something becomes popular, it has a propensity to become exploited. So unless you're picking it off the tree yourself, it's really important to align your values with a company who pays attention to every single step of the process, that the product quality and integrity is there, that there's no child labor, that there's fair wages at every single step, and that the moringa is wildly harvested and not deforested to plant moringa, that it's toxin-free, organically grown, and fairly traded. A lot of moringa out there as a food isn't tested for contaminants and may contain traces of mold and heavy metals. We don't want that. We can take something that's popular, and it can be beneficial to us. But if we don't take care, and if we don't think about the planet, we'll just wipe it out, it'll be gone. Chocolate, let me tell you, that's something that's exploited. A lot of it is still linked to child labor. I think it's time. It's time to bring the power of moringa to the people and inspire them to take back their health with this veritable superfood. It's not just for Nicaraguans and Haitians, though. The runner, the breastfeeding mama, the always on the go too busy, the coffee addict, shift worker, cholesterol too high, don't eat enough vegetables, the rich, the poor, and those looking to make an impact in their lives and the life and the health of the planet. Moringa truly is a miracle tree. Thank you.